John chapter 20, verses 2 to 8. Cycle B. The community's action in solidarity and association Jesus Solidarity invite you to listen to the living gospel. Today is the feast of Saint John, Apostle and Evangelist. Let us then meditate on the Gospel according to John chapter 20, verses 2 to 8, with commentary from Father 𝙤𝙤 Proclamation of the Holy Gospel according to Saint John. Mary Magdalene ran and went to Simon Peter and to the other disciple whom Jesus loved, and said to them, "They have taken the Lord from the tomb, and we do not know where they have laid him." Peter therefore went out, and that other disciple, and they came to the tomb. And they both ran together, and that other disciple did outrun Peter, and came first to the tomb. And when he bowed down, he saw the linen cloth lying there, but he did not yet enter. Then Simon Peter arrived, following him, and he entered the tomb, and he saw the linen cloth lying there, and the napkin that had been over his head, not placed with the linen cloth, but in a separate place, wrapped up by itself. Then the other disciples, who had arrived first at the tomb, also entered, and he saw, and he believed. The word of the Lord. Father 𝙤𝙤's commentary. Dear friends, today's passage talks mainly about Peter and John, but it has a brief note on Mary Magdalene, which is omitted from the liturgical reading. Mary Magdalene went to the tomb before dawn, accompanied by another person with the intention of embalming Jesus' body again. She was not the prostitute that has been believed for many centuries, but a deranged woman who balanced herself by finding Jesus and feeling loved by him. Mary Magdalene went to the tomb before sunrise despite the danger. Love does not see obstacles, and if it sees them, it defeats them. When she sees the open tomb, she runs back to inform Peter, and Peter and John leave for the tomb to see what happened. Let us contemplate the two disciples, Peter and John, who have received the warning from Mary Magdalene. The two disciples ran out to see what happened, each according to his youth and ability. They also love Jesus very much. The youngest cannot wait and goes ahead, but when the eldest arrives, he lets him enter before him out of respect for his authority. This is a great lesson for young and old alike. They're both inside. They are impressed by what they see, the cloth on the ground and the shroud that covered his head, not next to the cloth, but folded in a separate place. Where is the body? Who ordered the canvases? John, the youngest, sees and believes. He is the one with the least authority. What does he believe in? He believes that Jesus has risen. He doesn't need to see him. Why does he believe? By a gift from God, who has sent him his light. He has reciprocated and believed, and he is not the more important of the two. The positions deserve all our respect, not because they are more holy, but because their authority comes from God. In this case, the one with the least power has believed. In the community of Jesus, the most important are those who have the least power. This is how Jesus had practiced and taught them, and his resurrection confirms it with this passage and with others. But in addition to the triumph of life and the gospel, The resurrection of Jesus contains the triumph of what today continues to seem abnormal to us, but which we must make normal. It is one of the great novelties of Easter which fills us with joy. Since the resurrection of Jesus, the last are the first. Those without power are the most important in the community of Jesus. Forgiving the enemy and praying for him are central points. Social equality between men and women is an objective that must be achieved as soon as possible. In this passage, we have another example. The disciple who has no authority is the first to believe. The resurrection turns everything around. Prayer. Love sees more. The eyes of love, they see what others don't. Peter entered first, and he saw. The beloved disciple entered behind, and he saw and believed. He saw with the eyes of faith. He was silent. His joy exploded inside him. He was not the leader of the group. He has no power. He was one of the youngest, but he ascended to faith in complete darkness. He barely looked at the bandages and the linens, folded, separated, and ordered. He immersed himself in deep meditation. His dreams of greatness were gone. He had understood the gospel. I wanted to continue the same as before, looking for the first positions, but not in honors or benefits, but in following him and pursuing his cause.